Hey guys, welcome to the Fight Tonight channel. Friends, before starting to watch this video, I would like to ask you to subscribe to my channel. I really want to get 2000 subscribers on my YouTube channel. If you really enjoy the content, then please subscribe to my channel and keep watching the videos. If you are subscribed, then receive notifications about the release of new videos. You do not even have to look for anything personally. I really want to get 2000 subscribers on my channel. I'm trying very hard, absolutely every day, and I need your support. Your likes, comments, reposts to social networks. Thanks for supporting me, guys. I'm gonna whoop Tank's ass. Ryan Garcia issues a fresh challenge to Gervonta amidst rumors of official confirmation. Ryan Garcia is optimistic about his chances in a potential fight against WBA lightweight champion Gervonta that could happen by the end of this year. Following Garcia's KO win over Javier Fortuna, he seemed adamant about grabbing the fight against Tank. Meanwhile, Davis has also shown interest in the matchup and has teased its possibilities. While the trash talk between the two continues, King Rai has issued a fresh call-out to his arch-nemesis, Gervonta through a public message. He said, "I'm gonna whoop Tank's asshole, and I'm gonna make it look very easy, I promise you that. There is absolutely no way Tank will beat me, no way, absolutely no chance. He is going to be shooting for the stars." Garcia continued, "Either stop the fight or I will make them stop the fight." Gervonta has made a menace in the lightweight division, knocking out almost every opponent he has fought. He also stopped Mario Barrios at 140 pounds to claim the WBA super lightweight title. That said, Davis is currently active in the lightweight division, whereas Garcia is actively participating in the super lightweight category, 140 pounds. Ryan Garcia locked his sights on Davis after successfully capturing the WBC interim lightweight belt against Luke Campbell in 2021. Despite being a mandatory challenger to Devin Haney's belt, Garcia then went after Davis' WBA strap. The fight came close to fruition, but Garcia opted out and tried to gain a potential exhibition against the legendary Manny Pacquiao instead. The fight with Pacquiao never materialized, so Ryan Garcia hung up his gloves for a brief period. After returning as a super lightweight contender against Manuel Tagoya, Garcia is now 2-0 in the weight class. While Garcia has suggested staging the clash against Tank at 150 pounds, Davis' mentor Floyd Mayweather wants the mega fight to happen in the lightweight division. The matchup is far from receiving official confirmation. Tank Davis has fought only once so far in 2022. He returned to form against Rolando Romero in a KO victory after scoring a UD win against Isaac Cruz. Thanks for watching, guys. If you like this video, please subscribe to my YouTube channel.